will remind you as the date gets closer so you can stock up on snacks and beverages, but a comet is coming. A big and brilliant comet. It could potentially be 15 times brighter than the moon and visible in broad daylight over the U.S. We will be your Comet Network, and we'll keep you updated.
Now, something else that's interesting that's just happened this past Saturday that may or may not correlate with Comet Ison. We'll have to do some further analysis on that, but 7 volcanoes erupted just hours apart in about 6 different countries. This is making the history books right here. This is very odd. 7 different volcanoes stretched out across the earth erupted just hours apart. Well, 6 different countries, not over 6, but 6 different countries. That's monumental. What caused this? What is causing it? What is causing Earth's volcanoes to erupt? Could it be something space-related? Possibly. Could it be something involving Earth's inner core? Possibly. But it is very eerie, to say the least. These 7 volcanoes erupted. Some of these volcanoes have erupted for 40 years, even thousands of years. One of these volcanoes that erupted created a new island in the middle of the ocean. An island that hadn't been there before. This island was not in there. This island was not in the ocean the day before. But then on Saturday, this island existed. A new island created in the ocean. Very eerie. Something's going on that's causing these volcanoes to erupt. And when you have 7 volcanoes in 7 different locations, thousands miles apart, all erupting within hours of each other, something's up. There's no 2 ways about it. There's no other way you can look at it other than to say something with Earth is going on. There's no fear-mongering here. This is just fact. You look at the story, 7 volcanoes erupting hours apart. There's no 2 ways about it except for the fact that something is going on with Earth, because 7 volcanoes don't just erupt hours apart, thousands of miles from each other, within hours, for no reason. That's not an everyday coincidence. That's not an everyday part of nature and the goings of Earth. It just doesn't work that way, and it doesn't happen that way. So, this was one of the few things that has happened lately that's really piqued my interest. Kind of got my pulse going, got me a little bit worried about what is going on with Earth, and is there something to Comet Ison? Is there something to it? Because we've all been there, we've all been on YouTube, we've all seen the countless videos out there pushing out endless amounts of fluff and fear propaganda without any kind of evidence or verification, nothing but speculation and talk. None of it's true, 99% of it is false. One of the things that leads me to believe that Ison could, there could be something to this is that NASA has been completely quiet about this comet. They refuse to put out any images, and the only images coming out are from amateur astronomers. Another thing that might pique your interest is that NASA has lied about the size of Comet Ison, saying that it's much smaller than Comet Yeht when amateur photographs and amateur analysis from people who've been following this thing